Hello, everybody. Welcome to TTW Spotlight. I'm Pippa Wiles, VP Communications, and it's my privilege to bring you a hot off the presses interview with Sandy Gray. No expenses spared, all the way from Buckinghamshire, UK. Thank you, Mr. Google. Now, Sandy is at the forefront of many trends and has the unique ability to bring formerly diametrically opposed industries together and function together in harmony. Now, she's got over 20 years experience of being an IT and soft skills trainer, and she's an attraction marketer as well as holding qualifications as a life coach. Now, Sandy's also certified in NLP, and she draws all these skills together under spiritual guidance and God's wisdom to use a holistic approach to guide people into a balanced life of abundance. She is a shining example of the measure of talent that we have within TTW and a champion of women in a male-dominated environment. And today, she shares with you her wealth of knowledge for free. So, welcome, Sandy.
Thank you, Pippa. Great to be here, and thank you so much. Very honoured that you asked me to do this Google Hangout interview with you. I believe this is your first one.
Pretty much, yeah. So,
okay,
so
great.
Sandy,
well, it's great to be here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. We really, really appreciate it. And we value your knowledge and your contribution to TTW and the wider community too. So Sandy, how long have you been working online, and what made you turn to the internet?
I started online back in May 2012, and it was Sarah told me about a business opportunity, and I was quite down in Florida, and she knew that I'd lost some money offline. I'd invested in this project called Jatropha Trees, and to cut a long story short, I ended up finding out that it was an actual scam because we saw it on Google. You know, we put money in to help people in very far away countries such as Cambodia who have land, but they can't actually grow anything on it. So they were supposed to be growing Jatropha trees, and we do think some of that was true. We were supposed to invest money in, which we did, and then we were supposed to money out. But the most important thing for me was these people were going to be having to move away from their family and move somewhere else in the world just to get, just to get money for their family and maybe send money back to their family. So many of these poor countries do. So that's why I got involved. What I really liked about it was those people, because I've invested, those people would have actually have an income every single week, and I wouldn't actually get any return on my investment until about 12 months later. And I did the first year, and then the following year I was supposed to get back, and then we found big companies had invested their pension funds, and I didn't know who this person was, and then I was able to work it out on Google. I typed in the sort of email address, and then the solicitors came up, so I realised there was obviously something. So my cousin knew that I'd lost all this money, and she obviously remembered it, and when she came up against with this opportunity online, she then decided to tell me about it. And because the person that had actually created the opportunity, had a very strong belief in God, she was actually drawn to that, and that also drew me in as well. And the person was genuine, but I just think that in the end he didn't really have business ideas. With business, you've really got to keep up to date with everything, just like Nokia or let's say BlackBerry. All these companies, one minute they can be up there, next minute they can be down. So You know, so that sort of went a bit pear-shaped. But that was back in May 2012. That's really when I started to, you know, to make money online, and you know, and it's actually, you know, gone on from there.
Fantastic. But I mean, often we need to do all of that first to see where we are going. So uh, I think that's, you know, sometimes we have to lose money to make money so that we can see the right way to do things. So I wondered then, more recently, can you give us an example, say, of how you can draw together your multiple skills for a brand new marketer to help them change their mindset, make money online, achieve their goals, and live an abundant life? Can you tell us just kind of how you would go about that? I know it's a big question, but
Bit of a time delay, isn't there, Pippa, on this, which we find. Yes, I got your question there. Yeah, I mean, what you've just said, you know, you have to lose money to make money, and that is very, very true. I mean, you know, everybody can think it's the end of the world because you've lost, you know, some money online and money offline, but things happen for a reason, and I've now found that since May 2012, I came online. My cousin told me about this opportunity, and what simply happened was, within a week, I looked around and found an actual Facebook group that supported this. But she, you know, she didn't know anything about this, so I actually had to add her. And then within a week, I was asked if I would like to be admin. I thought, admin, you know, and it's simply because, you know, I'm very vocal. I'm a life coach. I'm an IT trainer. All these skills that I have. I'm used to talking to people and just connecting with people. And if I see there's a situation where, you know, people are wanting to know how to do something, you know, it could be something that for Excel or for Word, and they don't have those skills, so they don't even know that Word or Excel actually exists. You know, what I was doing a lot of the time in the groups was actually listening to what people were asking and then doing some screen dumps and putting it in a file and putting it as a PDF and then putting it into the files for people, you know, and just anything that people, you know, are struggling with. I tend to sort of just look at it and then just, you know, put it actually into the actual files of that group. So many groups, you know, asked me to be admin, and I ended up doing a lot of things for people. In regards to people coming online for the first time, first of all, you know, people have got to work out, well, what is it you actually want to do? You know, do you want to make money online? And, you know, it's very hard because if you're the sort of person that likes to talk to the person that walks down the street, talk to everybody, you know, like I do, and a lot of people do, then all you simply do is come online and you actually, you know, apply that. You can apply that to Facebook in the same way. You know, the most important thing, there's a lot of people out there are struggling. You know, we can't find people coming to our business. We've started this business. We need 6 people to come in so that we can make money or whatever. And people will say to me all the time, oh, you know, we can't find anybody. You know, there's nobody out there. You know, we just can't find people. And yet still there is 1 billion people on Facebook. I mean, just think about it. There's 7 billion people around the world. And 1 billion on Facebook. I mean, really connect with themselves. Don't be in a hurry. Just simply, just be yourself. Be who you are, and just connect with people in the way that you want to connect with people. And the weight of people really is to look at the interests that you do. You like doing scuba diving. You know, do you like whitewater rafting? You know, do you like fish making? Do you like playing golf? You know, motor racing? Think of all the passions and things that you actually like to do. And all you really and truly have to do then is actually look around Facebook and find people that have got the same interests as yourself. That's all you have, because if you wasn't online, you would be doing that offline. You know, you'd go to a club where all the same people have got the same interests. So all you're really doing on Facebook is actually finding people that you can actually connect with, people that's got the same interests as you, people that you can relate to, and that's all you really need to do. You become friends with those people. You know, how groups, you can do searches, you know, and just start to connect with people. People that are your real life friends, and then offline people. And don't go rushing in with people that you don't know. You need to really get to know people. You need to have a relationship with people, because when you have a relationship with people, you will then know what their values are and what their beliefs are, and if they're actually aligned with yours. And that's very, very important, you know, because you might find somebody that's totally dishonest. You know, there's so many people out there that come on board online and they look for an opportunity, and then they go and sign up. Just at the end of the day, that person should really be getting back to that person, sending them an email to contact them. You know, I do that. And then there's a lot of time that people, for some reason, they don't actually respond. And sometimes people are either too busy, or they're scared to communicate. So it's very important for any new person coming on board. It's very important for you to not just go rushing on the first business link anywhere. You really and truly must go and find out about that person. Find out if you like their mindset, if you you know, can connect with them, if you feel that you're going to get support from them as well, because that's not very nice when you join a business and the person sells it to you like crazy, you never hear from them again. And that's not good. That's not about relationship. So I would say that's the most important thing coming online. It's all to do with relationships. If you have a good relationship with people online and relationships with people that you're trying to get to know so that you can join their business, then, you know, that is the most important thing. Then you don't get hurt. And also, you also realise that coming online, to make money online, there is an element of risk. And the person that's even telling you about the opportunity does not know, because a lot of the time these businesses change their minds and change all sorts of things, and outside elements can actually affect their business. You know, like a hacker might have gone in on the website, hacked it to pieces. You know, there's all sorts of things that can happen. So don't have your eggs all in one basket. Have your eggs in different baskets, and also connect with people. Even if you're not going into that person's business, you just never know. And if you have got skills like myself, those skills are wanted by people. They are valuable. And if you can give value, even if you don't even have my skills, such as IT training, you know, being a life coach and NLP, if you haven't got any of those skills, you know, you've got something else. You might like fishing. You might be able to explain to people about when they fish, what sort of bait you're using, you know, what sort of fishing rod. And it's little tips like that. It could be tips on anything. Now, not everybody's going to come, you know, and want to connect with you on Facebook because they can't connect, you know, they don't understand about what you're talking about. But there's a lot of people out there that will understand about fishing. So to me, that is the way. You have to look at your passion, look at what you love doing, and then just connect with people on Facebook. And then I think then it will be a happier place for a lot of people, because it's not all about money. It's not about money. It's a way, you know, a form of exchange. You know, so the most important thing with anything in life, it's all about relationships and building those relationships with people, so that you have, you know, you're giving value. You're giving value to people. What it's all about.
Wow, what excellent points you bring up there, Sandy. You know, especially the, you know, all about relationships, because so often people come into an online business and they think that they can hide behind their computer and not talk to anybody and make lots of money. And it really has come full circle, where it is down to relationships and people trusting each other and getting to know each other. So yes, thank you very much for that timely reminder. Now I know you're making some big waves in TTW as well. So can you just tell me and all the viewers here how and what you're actually doing in the TTW companies at the moment?
Yes, Pippa, the TTW companies, I mean, absolutely fantastic, you know, set up by Charles Andrade and Brian Peterson and Travis. All those guys are absolutely awesome. We came across it simply because of my connection with Darren Barton and Bart Jansen. So, you know, once again, myself and Bart, we give value, you know, to people that we don't know. We just help people. And because of that, we then, from February 2013, Darren then asked us to then be part of his organisation circle. So then about July last year, you know, we really connected and started doing things together, and that's how we've really come across through, you know, Team Tsunami, through Bart, an awesome guy, fantastic, and also Darren as well, absolutely brilliant. Great to be working with, you know, such great people. You know, we've all got the same mindset. You know, we believe in the Lord up there. We believe in honesty and integrity, and we now look for businesses that are real. You know, the most important thing, I believe, that any business out there online, you should have the ability to pay by debit card and credit card. And if you haven't got the ability to pay by debit card or credit card, then those sites are, you know, they will just disappear. So that's very, very important.
Mm-hmm. So yes, thank you. So at the moment,
you know, when we first came over a year ago, but now we now know. We now know how to move forward. So what I would say, with the Team Tsunami core businesses, we've got MMO Cash Out, which is very, very, very exciting. Excited about that because that is a brilliant concept. I mean, Bart did say it was going to blow us away, and it has. I mean, I've actually adapted to it very, very quickly. That's how I do, you know, my mindset, I can just change like that. So looking at gamers and understanding them, very, very easy for me. I was able to, you know, go online, play a few games, just to sort of get the feel of what gamers are all about. I love it because I love the creative side of the gamers software. The creativity is absolutely astounding. I love the music on the different games that are out there. And also, you know, gamers are all people that give. They give to causes such as like the Filipino, you know, when they had the typhoon, you know, on Twitch, they gave an awful lot of money for that. And I know this business is going to do really well. And why I say that is because people that are actually in my team, they have said to me when I asked them if it's something they'd be interested in, and it made me laugh because they came back to me saying, yeah, this is going to be great because my son plays games, my husband plays games, and also one of my Heather Johnson, I'll mention her name, she just crisped me up because her husband had said, no more money, you're not going to spend any more money until you've got some money coming out from your other businesses. And when he saw the video of MMO Cash Out, just the trailer that, you know, we put together, he was so blown away. He actually rang Heather while she was in South Africa saying, yes, we want to get into this business. You know, so to me, that's exciting. And it's the first time ever on YouTube where I've got in on a YouTube channel. Well, is that there's 6 million subscribers on one channel. I was blown away. So MMO Cash Chat is going to be fun. And that's what it's all about. I feel that people are not about recruiting because, you know, their husband plays games, their son plays games. So to me, they don't see it as a business. They see it as really, really social. So that's one business that we're all in. Then we have Ad Experts. Ad Experts is fantastic. It's so easy to do. You know, there's two people coming in. You bring 2 people in and they bring their 2 people in. That's it. You know, you've got a 4-figure income coming in there. And that is great. You know, Daniel Bart's what he's developed. It's great. Once again, Bart, as usual, was the apps master, you know, checking everything out, doing all the beta testing like he's done on MMO Cash Out with Darren and Charles and Brian, and also on Ad Experts as well. So Ad Experts is a great business. Very easy, very simple to do. Can't wait for people to sort of get going with that a bit more. And also we have Penny Matrix, and Penny Matrix is great. I started that back in July 28th. I made money within a couple of days, and since then, you know, I'm on, you know, about a 3-figure income at the moment. And it's great. So really great, solid businesses that we've got. And we know that there'll be more as well. But just those 3 is great.
So, yeah, so Sandy as well, I understand you're a part of Team Mission as well, which is a subgroup of Penny Matrix. Can you tell us about all the great things that's happening with Team Mission and what it is and what it stands for?
Right, okay. Oh, I think I've turned off my camera. Turn it back on. It's okay, Pip. The technology sometimes. I'm just waiting for it.
You still look gorgeous in both of them. Yes, it's all good.
Okay, is my picture showing or is it the camera?
It's your picture now.
Am I live?
No, I can see you live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, I can't see myself live, so I don't know what Google's doing, but that's fine. Yes, you talked about the missionaries. Yes, this is quite incredible. God up there is doing so amazing things. You know, for the amount of millions that are going to be coming into this is quite incredible. You know, for one person's dream, which was obviously Mr. Tracy Davidson, you know, his vision. And it just goes to show everybody in life that whatever you think about, you will get. So whatever you keep focusing on, you will get. And that will be whether it's good or whether it's bad. Focusing on. And because Tracy has focused on the want and the, you know, the want and the desire to help so many people around the world that are poor, that are starving, that are homeless, everything, that are in poverty, and because he really and truly wants that, you know, he wants that from his core, then obviously Lois McQueen, who's now connected with Penny Matrix, has also had that desire all her life as well, and she's obviously been crying out. So it's when 2 come together, you know, it's the law of attraction or God, you know, it just, you're crying out for something, and somebody else around the world somewhere is also crying out as well. And those 2 are like magnets, so they've now come together, and this is just going to explode. We are looking and really, really desperate for people to sponsor missionaries. And you know, if it's something that touches your heart and you haven't actually heard about this and you're interested, then, you know, please connect with myself, or, you know, because I know Lois is very, very busy, and, you know, we can go into detail a bit more about it. But this is, you know, it's going to pick up momentum. In fact, it is already. So that's really all I can say about it at the moment. But it's the way of changing the world. You know, ever since I was a little girl, I think all of us have felt the same. You know, we always think, well, why is there fighting in the world? Why is there not enough food in the world for people? And as you grow up, you start to realise that is not true. There is enough money, there is enough abundance, there is enough food for every single person on planet Earth. But it's just governments, you know, they're fighting. A lot of the time it's all about religion. I don't do religion. I do a relationship with God. Once again, relationship, like you have a relationship with people on Facebook, you have to have a relationship with God. If you have a relationship with God, I know that everybody's into God, which is fine, but I'm just saying, if you are, you know, you've slipped back a bit, have that relationship, because once you have that relationship, that then, it's a bit like a foundation for you, so that everything in life, you know, it becomes easier, because we tend to struggle to do things, and we really need to leave it up to the Lord, but we still do things anyway. But, you know, we need to be still, quite, so we can tap into our inner selves. That's how you find your passion. There's so many people saying, oh, I don't know what I want to do with my life, etc. You're actually being told, but you're not listening. And you have to be still, you have to be quiet, and you have to listen. Meditation will help people, you know, to be quiet and be still, so that you can really connect with you, so that you know where you're going, because you are being spoken to, but a lot of the time you've got all the madness, you know, you've got the bills, you've got everything, you've got, you know, work, you've got whatever, and you're dashing here, you're dashing there, you're not taking time out for you, and that's very, very important, to connect with you and know where you're going. So we are looking for people that want to sponsor missionaries. Please get back to me if, you know, you're interested to help. Remember in life that, you know, whatever you give out in life will always come back to you, a bit like an echo. You know, if you stand on the top of a valley and start talking, that echo will come back to you. So always, you know, say that you're a great person. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what skills you've got. You know, every single person on this planet is important. You know, the Lord has given us so much abundance and prosperity, but so much is put before our eyes, a veil to hide it. And I think now the world is awakening. People are awakening more. You know, people have found the secret, and people will say, it dawned on me yesterday, that people say, oh, the secret, well, that was done years and years and years ago, so why is it being done again? But I realise why, because obviously you've got a younger generation coming through now, and they might not look at things like Think and Grow Rich, you know, as my friend Rick Corbett would say. You know, they want to look at something more up to date, people that they can relate to. You know, they're not interested in somebody that's probably, you know, our forefathers. They want to have more up to date people, you know. So you know, like Beyonce or whoever, you know, that they can relate to, so that they can then understand and go into that side of things. It's important for people to understand you have to have personal development to help you to move forward. Some of you might already have that strength and do it naturally. I know I did, you know, it's a trait in my family. But having all the skills that I have, things like life coaching, NLP, those are extra tools for me when I'm actually connecting with people. I connect with a diverse amount of people around the world, and you know, to have those skills in your toolbox is absolutely brilliant. You know, so that I can help people, and also having those skills is great. You know, I've been an IT trainer for so many years. You know, in the UK, I've trained all the different organisations. You know, corporate, you know, private and public sector companies. I've trained just about everybody. You know, I've trained even the MOT testing stations. You know, who say to me, "Oh, hang on a minute, how do we? Why do we need to use the internet?" You know, and I'll give you this story very quickly. It made me laugh. They said to me, oh, why do we need to use computers? Obviously, their boss came and told them they needed to go on a course. So I drive to the MOT testing station, and I went round quite a few actually, and it made me laugh because I had to get into their mindset to explain to them how this could be beneficial to them. So I'd say something like, oh, if it's 6 foot of snow outside and you want to get some food from Tesco's, all you've got to do is just go on the internet and order. Well, that didn't quite ring a bell. So I said, well, what sort of things do you like? Do you like fishing? Do you like this? Do you like that? And then you know what happened? I could not believe it. I had a brand new BMW that I'd actually driven up to this MOT testing station in Norfolk. It was just like my third BM that I had, and it was a convertible. And it was incredible because all of a sudden they just sort of were online and they started researching BMW, and they said to me, oh, you know what, Sandy, we think your car is a recall. So they were just doing it as a joke. But then I realised that it was something that they could connect with. So they obviously loved cars. So there you go. At one time, people used to struggle with using a mouse on the laptop. And when I used to do a lot of training for Unisys, what we used to do is get people to play solitaire. Because I used to say to them, do you like playing cards? Oh, yeah, we love playing Patience. So they'd be really scared of using a mouse. But as soon as I showed them solitaire, they'd forget about their fear and they'd be playing solitaire like crazy. So, that's the sort of things that we do. But, yeah, I digress there, Pippa, because I'm such a chatterbox. I've been that all my life. That's all tea trainer. Anyway,
That's
great. Anything else?
You might just want to elaborate just in a couple of sentences, maybe what NLP actually stands for.
Okay. NLP stands for neuro-linguistic programming. That's what it stands for. So that's NLP. It's a great way to connect with people. I'll give you a real prime example. Years ago, when I used to run a lot of my training courses in London and the rest of it, sometimes I'd be talking to a group of people and I'd get somebody looking out the window and I would think, they're not listening to me. Are you listening? Are you listening? And they say, yes, we're listening. And this is what neuro-linguistic programming does for you, because you start to understand different mindsets. And I think I need to have this training and understand it, because when I then decided to go away to Monte Carlo for 2 weeks on a course called a JUCO, and it was a fantastic course, and I went there, I was driven to go there because I had business opportunities that I was actually doing. I was still doing my IT training, running around London and all the rest of it, and people would tell me about some network marketing opportunities and I'd go into it. And I wasn't really interested in money. I love to just network, so I love to meet people and I just love the products. So I wasn't really into the money. But I remember I drove all the way into London, one of the hotels just behind Oxford Street, and there, and I'd taken some friends down there for dinner, told them about this. I had big grown men crying on me, crying. This was probably about 2004. It was 2004, saying we can't afford £2,000, and they'd be crying, literally. And I had 2 guys doing that, and I thought, I've got to stop this. I've got to stop. So I rang my friend Steve up in London, who I'd met online many years ago, and we dated and that. And I told him, and he said to me, right, I've got a course on at my house in London, come down. And it was the day of my birthday. I thought, I have to go. So I went, and then I found out about all of this, the JUCO and NLP. Anyway, I remortgaged, I got 15,000 out, went off to Monte Carlo for 2 weeks, stayed in one of the hotels, best hotels, got its own private beach, and I found out for the first time in my life what stopped people from moving forward. I had no clue, because I've always had people say to me in my life, well, you're always going on holiday, you got this car, And I said, well, do you want to do that? And I was probably the only one in Milton Keynes that had that car. And people all over the place, you know, there were people all different colours, all different races, all different shapes and sizes. In London, Milton Keynes, all over the place, would come to me and say, we really love that car. It's beautiful. The colour's gorgeous. And I'd say to them, well, would you like one? I mean, that was one through my own business. And they say, oh, no, we wouldn't. So I could never understand, you know, why people come to me to say they like something. And I give them an opportunity or ask them, and say, oh, no, we don't. So I could never understand that. So I went on this Educo course, and I found out for the first time in my life that people have got programs stuck on them. They've been told, a lot of people, all their life, that you can't do this, you're no good at this, you know, etc., etc. Well, my mum always said there's no such word as can't. So, you know, if I wanted to be the President of the United States, I could be the President of the United States because, you know, that was how I was brought up. But a lot of people have not been brought up like that. I remember one day I was running a training course, can't remember where it was, but I went in and I noticed that I talked to all these people and they wouldn't say a word. And then I eventually found out this lady said to me that when we were growing up, we were only allowed to talk when we were spoken to. So, yeah, I thought, wow, you know, so for me to go on this Educo course to understand why people react and do the things that they do. That's the first time I had programs on them. And then I found out about being a kinesthetic. You know, so kinesthetic, they like to be hugged. I do that. I hug people. Some people don't like that, so they move away. So I think that's fine. I don't take offence because I understand. There's the kinesthetic. There's people that are auditory. So the person that was looking out the window when I was running a training course and I was talking to them, and I was thinking they're not listening. They are listening. I can't remember now, it's called old something, where people smell. So people like to smell, and I understand that as well. And then there's people like myself, which are very, very visual. We look at the colours, we look at that, and then we buy it, you know. So there's other people that like the feel of it, you know, and there's other people that want to smell it, you know. So that could be an outfit that they're buying. So, so that's really, you know, there's a lot more to it in NLP, but you know, that's just a bit of it. So can you understand now about having that great toolbox so that other people come to me because, you know, I'm able to connect with them, and also having the spiritual side as well is very, very important. That's the foundation. I mean, a lot of people say to me, oh, we don't believe in God. But if you look at people like Jim Rohn, and they're reading Jim Rohn's book, which is all personal development, well, Jim Rohn, that's all coming from God anyway, you know, because he believed in God. So that's an example. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't really mind what, you know, people that don't believe in the Lord, it doesn't matter. I don't like people who want to slag you off because, you know, you believe in something. Everybody's got their own beliefs, and people need to respect each people's beliefs as well. But for me, I feel like I've got the whole package because I have God in my life, and that's the most important. And then I understand about law of attraction, and I do all the personal development stuff as well. So everybody coming to me with, you know, I can tell a lot of the time if people are lacking in self-development. I can also tell if they don't have a spiritual life or they're lacking in that as well. So I've got all of this simply because I'm very passionate. I, you know, spent all that money because I really wanted to understand people more and really be able to connect with people more. Because a lot of time I would just talk about me, but now I'm able to listen, and that is the greatest thing that you can possibly do, is listen to people and understand them.
Wow, what great value you're giving here tonight, Sandy. Absolutely unbelievable. You're blowing me away. Can you tell me what your goals are for 2014? I'm sure the great big hairy ones for sure.
Basically, as many people as I can. That's the most important thing for me. And just, just having fun, and all of these businesses that we've got, just really want that to come to fruition. The income that will be coming in from those, so that once again, you only need a certain amount for yourself. You can make more people and help more causes, and people around the world. So that's really my aim, to be self-sufficient and help others to be self-sufficient as well.
Yeah. So we've probably pretty much covered it, but what is the big why that drives you to do all of the things that you do with such excellence?
Once again, it's passion, isn't it? Once you have a passion, it drives you. It's as simple as that, really. My passion has always been looking after people. Ever since I was a little girl, I remember being in school. People in my class would always say, "Can we have Sandy?" Well, they didn't call me Sandy then, because I preferred Sandra at the time, to be form captain. And they'd say, yeah. So I'd be form captain for half a term, and then the next term would come, they'd say the same thing to the teacher. The teacher would say, "Hang on a minute, she's captain." So I was always form captain half the year, every year of my school year, and people say that. Well, I never forget it. I remember I was in the playground, and there was a fire drill, and everybody had to line up. And of course, I was form captain, so I made sure that everybody was in place. And then normally what you do, you stand at the front of the line and lead people in. But I did the back of the line, and all the boys, big boys, 2 years older than me, but they seemed bigger at the time. It was like, wow, she's come to the back of the line. Why has she done that? But that's what I did, and I don't know where that came from. Obviously, just to usher people in, because if you're sort of at the front of the line, you can't tell what's going on behind you. So, and I've just always looked after people, so it's just in my nature. And my grandmother was the same as well, and her sister was more into business, So I've got both sides, like the rest of my cousins, we do a lot of that, helping people.
Okay, so Sandy, how can what's the easiest way for people to contact you if they want any more information regarding any of the services that you provide?
Well, the best thing for people to do is to actually, if they find me on Facebook, the most important thing people have to do is, if they want to send me a friend's request, they must send me a private message to introduce themselves. I get too many people on Facebook just simply sending me a friend's request, but they don't say anything. If I want to connect with anybody, I always put a message. So it's very, very important. Even if it goes into my other folder, it doesn't matter. So people want to connect for any reason whatsoever, they must always send me a friend's request. If you don't send me a friend's request, I don't have time to be seeing who you are, and you'll just be actually following me. So I think that's the best route. And then I've got my Clear Spirit, www.clearspiritcoaching.co.uk. I've also got my blog out there, which most people see. I've got my fan pages as well. Sandy Gray, and I've got one for my coaching, life coaching, and also for my attraction marketing, which are two separate pages.
Fantastic, Sandy. Look out for a deluge over the next couple of days as you have a lot of people.
I hope you see me on camera all this time, because I'm not on camera here. I hope you're able to see me on camera, and
yes, absolutely, the whole time. the whole time. Listen, I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to you today. Have you got any closing comments or observations you'd like to make?
I can't hear you now. People don't hear anything.
Oh,
delay. Google Hangout.
Yeah, love it. Any closing comments or observations?
And I've missed that. So I'll let you wrap up now.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, Sandy, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for coming on here tonight and sharing your deep wisdoms with all of us in TTW. We really, really appreciate it. You're an inspiration to us all. You lead by example. You're an extremely valuable asset to TTW and an exceptional resource. I'm sure that you will be getting a lot of people following you over the next few days. And
I can't hear
a great thing to do.
Pippa, at all. Can't hear you.
Oh dear. Now my microphone is unmuted. We'll just see how it pans out. Just wanted to thank you for your time today and the wisdom and knowledge you've so freely imparted. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and I look forward to your successes in the future. Thank you once again. Take care. Okay, I think we're done, Sandy.